So yeah, it's a week late. Unfortunately, you guys already know we had tech issues, but yeah, we saw Solo, a Star Wars story, and yeah, Rick is more the Star Wars guy, so he's gonna be able to talk about all the little Easter eggs and things and how it all ties together better than I can.
All right.
But overall, Rick, what did you think of the movie?
Loved it. 100% loved it. It was so good. Like
That's awesome.
I had like everyone was kind of like on edge with the guy playing him.
Playing Han Solo.
Yeah.
So dumb.
I don't
It's
get
not
it.
Harrison Ford. And it's like, yeah, okay.
It's not just that. It's just that people had like his acting issues in like past movies, I guess, or something.
Oh,
I don't know.
really?
People are weird, but he did great. I thought he did really good.
And not that my opinion matters in the big picture of this, but from what little that I know, I thought he was fine too. Again, I'm not as heavily invested as other people, but yeah, like I had no problems with him whatsoever.
Yeah. There were a lot. I know people are going to call this fan service.
I'm not gonna drink.
And I guess technically it kind of can be considered that. But at the same time, we're talking about a prequel movie, a movie about his beginnings, you know? So of course he's going to run into things that you see from the future movies.
Yeah.
So it's like...
See, comments like that bug me. Like, not to throw you under the bus, but it's the same reason why I get annoyed. It's like, oh, there was too many 90s references and everything sucks in the first episode. That's set in the 90s. So, it's the same... No. So, it's the same thing. It's like, yeah, no shit. Like, call it fan service, call it whatever you want to call it. But it's like, yeah, this is telling the story of Han Solo. Of course it's going to reference stuff that you guys already know and you've already seen. So, I hate complaints like that. I'm with you.
What was it that Tommy Wiseau said? Keep your comments in your pocket.
Sure. Is that what he said?
Something like that. Anyways, yeah, I love the movie. I thought it's great. I thought it was great. I loved Rogue One. I love this one.
Let me stop you there, just because I could tell you're going to talk for a little bit. Let me just get it out there so people aren't sitting in suspense. I also really liked the movie. I thought it was good. I'm somebody who I know is in the minority with this, so I don't know how much value you want to put in this opinion, but I like Solo, a Star Wars story, better than I like Rogue One. I thought Rogue One was boring. That's me. Everyone can call me wrong. That's fine. That was just my opinion. I wasn't super into it, so if that's endorsing Solo at all for people who probably want to shit on it, and it wasn't as commercially successful as the other Star Wars stuff. In fact, I can't believe it didn't even break 100 million.
Rogue One?
No, Solo. It made 80. I think it made 84, and I think that was just the 3-day or something like that.
I have no idea.
You didn't know? No. Yeah, here I'll pull up. But anyways, I like the movie a lot. If it means anything, I liked it better than Rogue One. For me, this movie was more fun, I guess. And maybe you can understand that.
It was definitely more fun.
So that's my take on that. So continue on with all your other points and stuff, but I just wanted to make it known that I wasn't going to sit here and be like, fuck you, Rick, you're wrong, I didn't like the movie. I liked the movie. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I love the movie. And I liked Rogue One, unlike you. But that's a whole other story. Yeah. But anyways, we're talking about Solo. Solo was great. Everyone in this movie was good. Billy D. Williams. Fucking Donald Glover.
Yeah.
Was amazing as.
I thought he was good
as Lando Calrissian. I thought he was great. Dude was perfect to the point where I actually called him Billy D. Williams.
Yeah.
I like how the relationship built between him and Solo. We got to see that. We got to see how we met, Chewbacca, and we learned things about Solo we didn't know. Like, I don't know how spoiler we're gonna get into this, but
well, do you want to talk spoilers or?
We're gonna talk spoilers.
Okay.
Because we kind of have to. It had apparently Han Solo knows how to speak Chewbacca's language, which I thought was kind of funny. Which makes sense because like he understands him all the time. And,
Okay, yeah.
In the first movies,
I was curious what you were gonna think about that, or what people in general were gonna think about that, because I have to admit, watching that part, I thought it was a little cheesy, but I didn't know. I had no reference point, so I didn't know. You know what I mean? Like, it felt a little weird, but I mean, I guess it works because, like you said, he does understand what Chewie said. Does everybody understand what Chewie says?
not everyone.
Mostly just him?
Mostly.
Okay.
I mean, I know Luke does. I think Luke does now in the later movies. But yeah, he knows how to. I thought that scene was funny. I thought it was kind of cheesy, yes, but at the same time, it just kind of speaks to the character of Han Solo.
Can I just say, during that scene too, and granted, he's like we said, we're spoilers. And by the way, before I'm talking, so it's on the weekend numbers, not including Memorial Day. It made $84 million. So on the 3-day, it made 84. Like,
wow,
yeah. That's not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but for a Star Wars movie, that's
$80 million and the budget was $300.
That's bad. That's bad. It's gonna make its budget, but it's opening weekend. I don't know. Memorial Day, I don't know. I wonder if it even bumped up to 100.
Well, worldwide, it says here 201 million.
Okay, it'll get there.
It'll get there.
It's gonna get there for sure.
And even with DVD sales and people rewatching it, like I'm gonna go rewatch it eventually.
I'm so surprised. Like, I mean, that's a whole other conversation, but it just makes you wonder. Like, is it Star Wars burnout already, or is it just that people weren't that interested in seeing this, or did
I think only like the real hardcore fans are interested in seeing these movies. When it comes to the main plotline movies, I think those are more for the general public.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm trying to give someone as an example, like, Mike, not to say that he's not a fan, but, like, I'm not saying this is him, but let's say someone in Mike's situation where they love the originals, they'll go see these new ones, but these side stories, they'll be like, all right, I'll probably eventually see it. They don't really care about it. They just want to know what the characters of Luke, Leia, Han,
Well, I get your point. So basically, there's going to be the hardcore and the diehards that are going to see everything, and then there's going to be other people that just want to see the main stuff.
Yes.
Because to be fair, Mike he said multiple times on this show that he was more excited for Rogue One even than Episode 7. But I understand your point. Yeah. Refresh my memory. How did Rogue One do in the like? Rogue One didn't reach the heights of Force Awakens, did it?
I don't think it did.
It didn't do this though. It still made a lot of money, from what I recall. It's not that important.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's interesting. So you think it has more to do with just some people just might be more...
I think this is more diehard fans. Because when you do watch this movie, there's a lot of things in there that you're going to see. And the connections, too, to not just the main movies, but to the extended universe. Well, not the extended universe that they say no longer is canon, but I'm talking about, like, Star Wars Rebels, the cartoon Star Wars Rebels, and Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to in a little bit.
Yeah.
But you see this, how he meets Chewbacca, how he meets Lando,
Chewbacca.
Him with the dice.
Yeah. Sorry, I just want to get this one because you were talking about when they were speaking, when he found out he could speak the language. I just have to say, when we see Chewbacca for the first time, and granted he's dirty
muddy.
and ratty and muddy and gross, I'm watching it and I'm like, that's going to be Chewbacca. It didn't look like Chewbacca at all when he was like that. Is it a he? Is it an it?
Yeah.
When he was like that, didn't look like him at all. I'm like, how is that going to turn into Chewbacca? And then he showers and his hair is all fucking perfect and it looks just like Chewbacca. So I just had to comment about that. Like, was I the only one? Like, did you?
I knew right away.
I knew you knew, but I mean, it didn't look like him at all, right? Like, to me, at all. When he's all ratty and gross like that, it doesn't look like Chewbacca.
It doesn't look like him, but as soon as he came out from the shadow, it was like, you knew.
Yeah.
It's also a touch towards Chewbacca's people, because Chewbacca's race was also enslaved by the Empire, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So that's why it kind of shows him as a prisoner. Because,
Right.
and then you also see it in the movie later on where you see Chewbacca seeing his, his people
Another
being
one, yeah.
beaten up, and they part ways. So that was pretty incredible. That was pretty awesome to see.
Yeah. So I didn't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to talk about that. So you talked about, you see the dice and all the other stuff you were going to...
Oh yeah, the little things that some people will call fan service, but really it's just enhancing the experience to know the background of where he comes from, how he got into the smuggling game, and how he ends up taking that job from Jabba the Hutt. It's I love this movie. Like, I'm really surprised at how much I love this movie.
So what did you...
I think I probably love it more than Rogue One.
Oh, Jordan,
Yeah.
welcome to the club. We'll just do this. Welcome to the club.
I think I like it more.
So the official word right now on some shit we like, at least from the two of us, is that Solo, a Star Wars story, is better than Rogue One. That's our opinion. You could throw all the hate in the comments below this clip or video or whatever. Email them to us. But wow, okay.
Yeah. Also, I had no idea Paul Bettany was in it. He's the bad guy in this.
Oh yeah, I didn't know either.
With the lines in
I
his
know
face
who
and
it
all
is.
that,
Yeah. I didn't know John Favreau did a voice.
I didn't know John Favreau did a voice either. He did the ones with the guy with the multiple arms.
Yeah.
When they're the train heist, I guess you can call it.
Yeah.
Was totally like, I want to say it wasn't ripped off, but anyone can do a train heist, But I'm just saying it really reminded me of the first episode of Firefly when they do the train heist.
Okay.
Because it's pretty much the similar thing where they drop the ship down and they're stealing, cargo, and they connect to the train, and I just thought that was kind of cool. I always want to feel it's almost kind of a nod. Maybe just, I don't know. But there's also nods to Back to the Future in this too, if you think about it, where Han talks about how he learned how he used to race and how he used to race this guy named Needles, which in Back to the Future, the guy Marty McFly races and crashes into the Rolls Royce.
Yeah. But do you think that's intentional, or do you think that's...
It's Ron Howard. Of course it's intentional.
Okay.
If it wasn't Ron Howard, then it wouldn't be... I don't think it would have been intentional. But because Ron Howard directed this, I think he put those little things in there. I also watched this video from New Rockstars pointing out all the Easter eggs in this.
Okay.
And the part where they're in the... what's Emilia Clarke's character? Kira. Where she takes him up to meet the supposed main guy behind the gangster or whatever who's running it. In the background you see all these statues and models and things like that. And one of the statues you have to look really closely, but there's the idol from, I think it's Temple of Doom in there.
Okay.
So,
but it's Ron. I know that him and Spielberg are tight, but I mean, it's Ron Howard. That's all Spielberg shit, like Amblin Entertainment.
Well, yeah, but Spielberg, Howard, and Lucas, they were all friends.
Yeah, I know.
They all, I don't know if they all went to the same school, but I think at one point, I think Spielberg was supposed to direct a Star Wars movie. There's a bet or something. I don't remember what it was. But anyways, all the little hints, or all the little Easter eggs in that was really, really cool. What I don't know what else I can point out.
What did you think of Woody Harrelson as Beckett?
Woody Harrelson was great. I figured he was going to be the mentor person towards Han Solo and how he got to be the way he is. And then we ended up finding out in the trailer too, kind of says that in the trailer. Mm-hmm. Once you're in this life, you're in it forever.
I was also surprised at how quickly Thandie Newton's character was killed off. I thought she'd be in the movie more.
Yeah, I didn't expect that either.
Yeah. I don't know why. I mean, I felt like she was in the movie and then she wasn't. And
I had a feeling she would have been killed just to push the motivation for
just happened quick
his
though,
character, but
you know?
it did come out I think a lot quicker than before. Than what I thought it would, would happen. Just to give first, they want to give that character motivation by killing someone.
Right. I could point this. Okay, so I want to know, because I got stuff to say about this person. I want to know what you thought of L337.
That's what I want to talk about.
Which is hilarious that the name is L337, just because, Leet Speak or whatever, that L337.
That's right. Yeah. How did I not put that together?
Yeah, I know, right?
Shit. I thought that was funny. The character was funny. I loved her. I thought that was amazing. And the way, the relationship between her and Lando was also interesting too.
Yeah.
Which is also people have been saying now, Lando's pansexual. It doesn't matter. And it won't matter if you're in Detroit either. So, it made the connection to the Millennium Falcon having the best navigational system because of her. I didn't put that together until after, which made so much sense, and I thought was amazing that a part of her is in that ship. Which would make sense why, Lando would be pissed off that Han got it from him.
Yeah. So I brought her. So the actress that plays her name is Phoebe Waller-Bridge, that plays L337.
I don't know who that is.
So, click her name. You should get very familiar with her because this girl is super talented. It's really funny. So, I've been somehow indirectly suddenly been watching all of her shit. So there's a show on Amazon called Fleabag that she stars in, and she wrote it, and I think she directs it, all of it. And it's really fucking, it's 6 episodes, I think. It's getting a season 2. It's about 30 minutes. It's really funny. You would really like it. You can legit watch it in a night. I think I did. It's getting a season 2. So it started with that. And then I'm like, oh, she's going to be in Solo. And then I was sort of disappointed that her role in Solo is more as a voice, because I think she's awesome. Then on top of that, I started watching this show on BBC that just started called Killing Eve, and she's not in it, but it's her show that I think she's the creator and all this other stuff, and that's another show I think you'd really like if you go to Killing Eve. She's not an actress in it; she's going to be the writer. So Killing Eve, it's on BBC. It just started in January. It's really good. It's
Sandra Oh.
Sandra Oh's in it too, and then Jodie. I don't know if you say
Comer?
Jodie. I don't know if it's probably I don't know if it's Comer or Comey. She's really good. You'd like this show. It's right up your alley. You should watch a trailer for it. Maybe when this is over, I'll have you watch a trailer. But it's right up your alley. So she does this show too, and she's this show couldn't be more different from Fleabag. Fleabag's totally a comedy, and this is kind of like a I don't know how to describe it. How do they
suffered your job? Talented.
It's a spy action thriller.
Oh, I'll be totally.
And so this is just she's the writer behind it, so she's not on camera for this. But I'm like, wow, this girl is super talented. Then go back, because you were clicking on it for a second. Go back up, and then Crashing is a show that's on Netflix that is like Fleabag. It's 6 episodes. I watched it in a day. It took me, and it's about 23, 24 minutes. This she's in, and this show is fucking awesome too. And so I can't speak highly enough of Phoebe Waller-Bridge. I think she's super talented, and I thought she was really, really good. To bring it back to Solo, I thought she was really good in Solo. But I want to bring this stuff out to you because I think you would love Fleabag, you would love Crashing, and you would love
Killing Eve. Solo.
So, not to give you more shit to watch, but that's 3 shows that I think you would really, really, really enjoy. But I thought she was fantastic as L337.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to bring some attention to her because I think she's super, super talented, and I think she deserves the praise and the credit.
Gosh, she's doing all that. That's a lot. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Just like Donald Glover doing all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Solo, Atlanta.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I liked L337's character. L3.
So were you satisfied? I know a lot of people were like, how are they going to make... Like, people were trying to figure out the timeline and stuff with the Millennium Falcon and how it looks so shitty and stuff. And, like, it's new and fresh in the trailer. And I remember you asking, like, well, the timing of this seems like it's not that far off from other stuff, but the Millennium Falcon always kind of looks like shit. So how do they make it look like shit? So with that said, are you satisfied with how they made it kind of look crappy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it happened during their Kessel run.
Yeah.
Which he talked about in all the other movies, and we get to see it this time. So,
Okay.
like, we're getting to see everything happen, and I love that. You know, call it fan service, call it whatever the fuck you want, but they did it fucking great.
It's a prequel.
It's a prequel.
It's not fucking fan service. It's gonna reference the shit from the future.
I'm
not yelling at you. I'm yelling at all the other assholes that want to fucking scream that. I want to see this prequel movie about this stuff from these other movies that I've seen and I'm a big fan of, but fuck them if they reference those movies in any way whatsoever. Like,
okay. We have to talk about Amelia Clark.
Yes.
She just has... How old is she?
I think
she's in the 30s, I think, right?
Very early. I'll check for you. Keep going.
Actually, I think I saw an interview with her. She was like 30. So
she's very early 30s if she is that.
So you put a wig on her with
31.
short hair, and she looks like she's fucking 18, 17.
She kind of has that look about her.
Young.
She has that look about her in general.
She looks really young.
I mean, she is young. She's 31.
Well, yeah, that's true.
So she is young, but yeah, like I hear you.
But like,
she just has that look to her.
She could probably still pass as a high schooler in a movie.
Maybe.
Because like the beginning of Solo, like I didn't even know that was her. You know, and then when I saw, I was like, oh my god, that's her. I was like, gosh, she looks so young.
Yeah.
And they even make her look young in Game of Thrones too, at least in the first episodes or first.
She
season.
definitely is one of those girls where like hair color really changes her.
It changes her, yeah.
Because I mean, she's blonde in Game of Thrones, and I think she looks like a whole different woman in Game of Thrones. Versus,
she's really what, brunette?
I don't know what her natural hair color is, but you know, in this her hair is dark, and then I've seen her in other movies where her hair has been dark.
Yeah.
I forget. There's that one movie with
Terminator.
Oh yeah, that's right. What is the movie? Is she up here? Hold on. It's a very sappy movie.
Yeah, I'll get it.
It's kind of a chick flicky movie.
Chick flicky movie with
that was kind of recent, but it caught everyone was kind of about it. I'm forgetting what it's called. It'll pop up in a second. So click her name. I think it came out last year. I want to say it's based off a book.
Me Before You?
Yes. I've seen that movie. I don't know that I'm proud to say that or not, but I think this is a movie you would really like. But I mean, yeah, this is to me where I've kind of really first saw.
Oh, I saw the trailer for this.
Saw her with like a different hair color, and yeah, it just changes her look. She looks like a totally different person.
She's a chameleon.
And, yeah, she kind of is.
She could do anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, her character, like she ends up being the bad person in the entire movie,
yeah,
so to speak, which was weird.
I know. I didn't know what to think about that.
Yeah, I honestly thought she was gonna. I don't know what I thought of her really. Like, I mean, she did great in this. She was a great actress, but like, I don't know what. I honestly didn't know what to expect in this character.
I guess you kind of knew that like they were gonna somehow branch her away from Han Solo because.
Which is kind of fucked up.
She's not in anything else, so I don't know.
But the turn in the movie where, you know, she ends up, you know, letting him go pretty much, and she takes the throne of Paul Bettany's character, which I'm forgetting his name, Dyron or Voss, Dyron Voss.
Dryden Voss.
Dryden Voss, that's right. So she ends up taking the mantle of running that. And where the big shit happens, apparently it's not just him that's in charge of this, the Black Circle, I think it was called.
I don't remember.
She talks to someone through hologram talk.
I know this is big for a lot of people.
Holy fuck, no one expected this. This was the Empire Strikes Back, I am your father moment. Where fucking Darth Maul is apparently in charge of all this and pulling the strings around the whole crime syndicate going on.
Yeah.
Which was
for me, that's a big
awesome.
But I know for everybody else,
I wanted to watch those fucking movies, no matter how bad they were, and I wish you saw them. Because I think they would have had a bigger impact on you.
So is that a character that people generally like from those
That was
movies?
like the only character
people like that character.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was okay. So I read this article. I forgot from which site, but they were being very pretentious, like most people like to do, and when they write their articles.
I can't stand it. I hate that.
And I think this is gonna make me stop going to this site because I wanted to slap this fucker in the face.
Really? What site?
I'm not gonna say what site.
Damn it.
But so yeah, I mean like, because it says, "Oh, with a big surprise," in quotation marks, we get the reveal of Darth Maul as the person behind all this. But for those real fans who were watching Star Wars Rebels or Star Wars Clone Wars, a cartoon, you would already know it doesn't come much as a surprise, as we already knew he was in charge of this. Like, fuck off, you asshole. Like, you don't have to talk down to fucking fans, who hasn't watched that to know that.
That's what everybody does, though. That's what they do.
Like, usually shit like that doesn't really grind my gears, but reading this and like slowly learning about like what's going on with this, fuck
it grinded your gears.
It grinded my gears so bad. It's like, fuck you, just enjoy the fucking movie, all right? It's a good movie. It was a good surprise. Don't try to be elitist about it. Let everyone have their
wants
fun.
To be an elitist, like cynical, like I don't know.
But
I hear
we're getting too far into that, but so
let's put.
I'll put it this way. You know what? I'm sad for you because it wasn't a surprise. I'm happy for me because it was a surprise.
You're sad for that person.
That person.
Okay.
Good for you, Mr. Detective. But fuck off, because that was a nice surprise, and I wish you could have had the same reaction I did. Because
that's good, man. It's the best.
Yeah, because that was probably a bigger surprise than Yoda showing up in Jedi.
Yeah.
The Last Jedi.
Because you kind of figured.
I kind of already figured that he was going to show up.
All right, let's put a bow on this. So overall, I think pretty two enthusiastic thumbs up.
Fuck yeah.
For Solo. I thought it was, it's fun. I'm a little easier on this because you don't have to do much to please me with this world. You know what I mean? I'm not as invested. So for me, it was a fun time at the movies. I thought it was good. I don't think it deserves some of the hate that it is getting or that it has gotten.
And I have to bring this up too, just because like I play the shit out of this game. They do touch on like Shadows of the Empire. There's like links to that in this, but another thing that they linked was that Kira. She apparently is the way she fights is apparently Terakasi fight, which.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Shut up. There was a game. Apparently, a lot of people didn't like this game. I love this game. Me and my friend played the shit out of this game called Masters of Terakasi, which is basically a Star Wars like Street Fighter fighting game.
What was it on?
It was on PlayStation.
Okay.
And me and my friend played the shit out of this.
Yeah.
And we unlocked every character. It was fun. But like that was a nice surprise too, because most of this wasn't going to be canon from what Disney said. So technically kind of is now. I don't know what's going on, but
I just think I I feel like they're just treating like these side stories as just that. They're just one-offs. I guess if they're mentioned, I don't know. I guess if they mention it, it is kind of canon. It's confusing.
I mean, yeah. I don't know if we're gonna actually. Like there was a joke where someone said like we're actually getting to see other Wookiees, which means that the Star Wars Christmas special or Life Day special is actually canon too now, which is kind of funny. That's supposed to be like the worst of the worst Star Wars like spin-offs ever.
Do you think it's more like maybe it isn't canon, but
they just want to put it in there?
They're referencing stuff and making it their own. You know what I mean? Like
that's a good point.
It just could be
that.
that.
A good point. Yeah, that's probably it.
Like maybe it isn't so much that I think people are hanging too much on they mentioned this, so that means that this must be canon. But maybe it's just like, look, no, I know that this has appeared in this story and that story and this story, but if we mention it, that doesn't mean that makes that canon.
Everything else,
we're starting from. You know what I mean? It'd be like if suddenly we just said, you know what, next week is Some Shit We Like episode 1. Everything else that happened, I think you just have to look like that.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe that's what it is.
Could be.
So
they're making it their own in the movies.
Yeah. Alrighty. So
one last question.
Okay.
Do you think we'll get a sequel to this movie?
No. I don't.
That was a fast no.
I just don't. I think that's it. I think that's all it is. I don't think it needs to happen. What do you do?
Does it need to happen? No. Would it be nice if it happened? I think it might.
But
because like the last job, like the job he's talking about just before it ends is with Jabba the Hutt.
And
remember, Jabba the Hutt, that's who he owed money in the original Star Wars.
Has that never been shown before?
No.
So there is a movie there.
There could be a movie there.
Okay.
Whether they want to do it is up to them, obviously.
I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, what's the schedule?
I don't think it would happen either, but
yeah.
I think we can throw in a sliver of hope.
What's the schedule like after this? Like, we know episode 9 is supposed to wrap up this other new trilogy, but in terms of offshoots, there aren't
There's
any
one more.
There
but
is.
They haven't really said.
We don't know what it is.
It's rumored to be Obi-Wan.
Okay. So there's that.
Ewan McGregor coming back.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully.
So there's
It'd
that.
be stupid if he doesn't come back.
And then there's who's the guy that did Force Awakens or Last Jedi?
Rian Johnson.
So then there's his
Last
trilogy
Jedi.
that he's doing.
Oh, that he's doing on his own.
And then there's also still
Jon Favreau doing the TV show.
Okay, but then also from what I've read, there's also still going to be the next thing, like, because
after the
after 9 is going to be whatever the new trilogy is supposed to be. Because as far as I understand, the Rian Johnson thing is its own thing over here. It's a trilogy
on the other side of the universe.
Yeah. Okay, so Star Wars. Anyways, so that's that.
Solo. Go see it.
Yeah.
Twice.
Wow. Have you?
Not yet.
Not yet.